making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high, riding the wave, I'm here to stay, living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. Ooh. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high, riding the wave, I'm here to stay, living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. Ooh. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high, riding the wave, I'm here to stay, living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. Ooh. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high, riding the wave, I'm here to stay, living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. Ooh. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high, riding the wave, I'm here to stay.
All right, what's going on, crypto people around the world? This is the only live stream in all of Web3 that is not only going to educate you, but help you get $100,000 to trade with. Welcome to TA Tuesdays. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have missed the last couple weeks. Our partner and sponsor and our educators here is Tordess, the #1 prop trading firm in Web3. That is where you can get funded with a trading account of up to $100,000. You heard correctly, $100,000 of other people's money that you can trade. And then you get to keep 90% of the profit. So if you're playing around with a small bag out there right now, you got your $1,000 that you're doing well with. You know, you're making, 10%, 20%, 40%. You're training yourself to step up to the big leagues, and Tordess is how you do that. Get on there, get certified on their platform, and you can get up to $100,000 in funding of money that you can trade with. And again, 90% of the profits go back in your bank account. We have got the founder Dut here with us today, and we've got Mr. Roche, a man who's walked the walk and talks the talk. He's been one of the longest and most successful traders on the Tordess platform. He's been taking us through each week, teaching us about Tordess, teaching us about prop trading and how you can get started. Today is no different. Today we're talking about some TA basics, some terminology when it comes to trading. We're going to be taking a look at the Tordess platform, but the terminology we're going to be looking at, the items that we're going to be looking at on their platform are not unique to the Tordess platform. This is terminology that you're going to see on TradingView, that you're going to see on Binance, on Bybit, on OKX, all of your major centralized exchange platforms, and all of your major, the tech, the software that people are using for trading. So this is the kind of stuff you need to start with day one, month one, all the basics. That's the goal of TA Tuesdays, is to get you educated, help get you trained so that you can go put that knowledge to work on the Tordess platform and get yourself paid. Gents, welcome. What's going on? How are we doing today?
Thanks, Nathan. Everything is awesome. It's a pity that we couldn't organize the live stream last week due to some technical issues, but I'm quite glad to be back here today. We are officially in a bull market now. It will be a very awesome 2025 waiting for us, and we should start getting used with all the trading terminologies if you haven't been familiar with it. And today's live stream is all about the basics trading terms and knowledge. And we have Roche here today to help us. How are you doing, Roche?
I'm doing good, guys. What's up, guys? It's been a wild 2 weeks, hasn't it?
It has been. I think
wow.
Last time we chatted again was before the election was finalized, before Bitcoin pumped almost 50% in like 2 weeks. I think it's safe to say if there's any bears out there still, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Yeah, it's bull time for sure.
Crazy times, man. It's gonna be wild.
I'm sure
8, 9, 10 months. It's gonna be wild.
I'm sure it's been a fun last couple of weeks as a trader, Roche. I'm sure you haven't been hating this pump from Bitcoin.
Of course, I do my best. Consistency wins. Yeah.
Well, one of the things
mistake I made is I haven't bought Bitcoin earlier. That's it.
Yeah,
always.
One of the things before we dive into the terminology, the topic for today, just kind of to review a little bit of what we talked about in the past. If it's your first time on the live stream with us and you want to find out more about Tordess, they are tagged in the post. They'll be linked to their Twitter, their X page, their website. All is going to be linked below. Definitely check out. They've got lots of great information on those pages. But go back and watch the last couple episodes. The first 2 episodes of the TA Tuesdays, what we did is we introduced what is prop trading, how to use the platform, kind of a rough overview of getting started with Tordess, how to sign up for your first challenge and get qualified for the different levels. There's, you can go with the 5K in funding all the way up to 100K. So you don't, if you're worried about starting off with the big 100K challenge, you don't have to. You can work your way up. But all that's explained in the first couple of our TA Tuesday live streams. And then last one 2 weeks ago, again, sorry for last week, had a little technical difficulties. But last week we talked about a lot of different lessons in terms of like risk management. And one of the biggest takeaways was, controlling your emotions. And Roche, you shared your rule, like, if you miss 2 trades, you walk away for the day to let your mind clear. How does that work on the flip side? Do you have, when we're talking like positive emotions, maybe it's, what kind of rules do you place, what kind of guidelines for when the market's ripping and you're going, this is insane, to make sure you still stay within, stay in your lane, abide by your rules? How does that, the flip side of that?
Yes, it's very important to calculate your daily profits that you made, right? Because 12 o'clock it resets. So even if you're up 15% and tomorrow the market dips 7%, then you're disqualified, right? So it's very important because your max loss is 5% for a day. So I always say rather take profits as soon as possible, and it's very, very important to do that, right? Good thing is I only trade spot, right? No, I'm not. It's just that I'm good at it. I don't have anything against leverage trading. The guy that taught me, right, my mentor, is the best leverage trader I've ever seen. Okay, this guy could leverage salt and turn it into the sea if he had to. So it's just like, yeah, I'm serious. So for me, spot is easy because I know what I buy is exactly what I buy, right? So it just makes it.
That's another great lesson. People, we all got to learn to stay within, kind of stay in our lane. Do what you know. When we start getting, cocky and start trying to cut corners. One of the lessons you say, there's no get rich quick scheme. Something that takes time, you build up over over the long period. So yeah, I think kind of reflecting on the lessons from last week, just because the markets are pumping, you still got to stick to your rules. You still got to stick to your fundamentals, stay in your lane. Don't this, if you're a spot trader, just because Bitcoin's pumping is not the time to go try leverage without any experience, right? Stay in your lane,
Exactly.
do what you know works, and play the long game.
Yes,
So
sticking to your trading plan is so important, right? Because there are hundreds and thousands of probabilities and trading plans and trading strategies and all this type of stuff. I honestly stick to one. And I said that's all, right? And the really, really, really top-notch traders maybe have three. Okay. So
so
your newbies, they try 100 types of strategies in the bull market, 200 types. I know, I've been there. Today we're trading MACD, tomorrow we're trading RSI, then we're trying Fibonacci, then we're trying highs and lows, and then we're trading 4 hours, then we're trading 5 minutes. It's just you can't do that. You have to stick to one thing, and you have to. The thing is, if you do it consistently, you'll always be successful. That's it.
yeah, I love that. Yeah, is it Bruce Lee? I fear the man. Not the man who does 1,000 kicks, but who does one kick 1,000 times.
Exactly.
Again, find the thing you're good at and get really, really, really freaking good at it, and that's how you're gonna make money in this market. We've talked about a
Yes.
lot of other videos, guys. If you're familiar with our channel, we've myself, the Crypto Hitman, Crypto Amaro. There's so many ways you can make money in this market. Prop trading, spot trading, leverage trading, derivatives, hodling, DCAing. You can flip memes. You can, there's thousands of ways. Pre-sales, like there's an infinite number of ways you can make money in this industry, right? But you can't make money at all of them, right? Warren Buffett says it's easier to learn from other people's mistakes than your own, right? So Roche and myself, and I'm sure Dut as well, we've all made these mistakes before. When I first started crypto, the first 6 months I was in crypto, all I did was skip around, from yield farming to, all these different strategies to try and make money, and basically lost my ass. Now, the good side is that you learn what you enjoy, right? You learn what because whatever you're going to do, you're going to have to put a lot of time into. If you don't like it, it's going to be a lot more difficult. So, there's something to be said about, trying some different things to see what aspects of it you like and enjoy. But then once you figure that out, pick one and only one and run with that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, great
Definitely.
lessons, great kind of high end lessons, or a 30,000-foot view kind of perspective to get things started today. But let's kick it off. Let's get into the meat and potatoes for today. The topic is terminology, and we wanted to cover what are some of the there's a lot of buttons, there's a lot of stuff going on this screen right now. I mean, just to get the chart up there. Along the left side of the chart, there's 19, 20 different options you can choose. And then up at the top, there's another dozen. I know there's the settings you can flip on, all sorts of different indicators. And then we got the buy and sell, where there's a cross, and there's isolated, and there's market, and there's limit. So we just kind of wanted to go through and do a little tutorial step by step for people that are new. What are all these different things? How do you use them? Why are they important, right? And so that's what we're going to do today. If you're still with us this far on the live stream, let's let you take it away, Mr. Roche. You are our lead here, and I'll be hopping in because I'm the dilettante when it comes to trading. So I will be learning with all of our viewers here as we go. So I'll be interjecting questions as I see them.
Great stuff, man. So so in front of us we have the BTC chart. I'll go to my favorite one, which is 4 hours.
So I think that
Okay,
let's start there. We'll go. I mean, if we're going basic, let's go real basic. That drop down menu there, I see. So what are the common time frames that people? I know you said it's a wide range, but
Yes,
I see as low as like what? There's even like seconds charts on there.
You do. On this we have maximum minutes, but yes, it does go up to seconds. So honestly, I always think that it's the daily and the 4 hours, 1 hour, and the 15 minutes. Okay. So it's those four. They are the most vital, and they come from Forex, right? So most real trading started with Forex. That is a money printer. It used to be. Now we have this, cryptocurrencies. But Forex used to be a money printer, just because it would stay in consolidation, or it would stay in a certain trend for years. You can cherry pick your profits, right? So Obviously, now we're competing against algorithms and we're competing against bots. And crypto would most likely in the next 8 to 10 years move that way as well, right? So investment would become better than trading. But I mean, Forex is still great. You can still do it, right? But it's just not as accessible as crypto is. That's what makes crypto great. That's what makes Web3 great. But anyway, we're not going to go there now. That's all.
Yeah. Question
Yeah.
for you. Why do you
Yes.
choose, you said the 4 hour and the daily?
Because it fits with my schedule. It fits with my life. So it's my choice, like,
Perfect. Makes
yeah,
sense.
that's why I do it.
Is now for the people that trade on the shorter time frames. I've seen guys that do like the 1 hour, the 15-minute or the 30-minute charts. What is different for them? Are those I mean, more like high frequency traders in that they're trying to execute more trades per day, whereas you're looking for fewer? Or why would they choose that time frame over, a longer period?
I mean, I assume that they want to swing trade, right? Where I day trade, or at least I trade on big time frames. I never trade more than one. I only trade one trade at a time. Okay. And I take conviction in my trades. So if I lose that trade, that's okay. It's all right with me. I'm okay with it. It's just that I need to do one trade at a time. And my average time for a trade is anything from a day to 3 days, 3.5 days. I've held trades for 5, 6, 7 days where there's consolidation for 5 days and then bam, it goes up or down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important for me to trade that way. But technically, there's nothing wrong. If you zoom in, there's still candles, right? And if you zoom out, it's still candles. There's still a high and a low. So it's just that they trade faster, where I trade slower on a slower time frame, right?
Gotcha.
But if the market moves, the market moves. That's it. It's yeah.
What else do we have across the top of that chart there? Obviously, you have the time frames.
So let's have a look here. So yeah, we have that, right? We have all our indicators here.
Okay.
You can just search here. This is the volume. This is really good to look at. This just shows you the volume that went through OKX in the last 24 hours, right? So now the thing with BTC is, and I don't know how many people notice, but if the price is high and the trading or the volume is low, it means a lot of people are taking their coins off an exchange. And this could always result in a price jump, a price surge. It's not financial advice. It's just repeating processes that happen,
a
right?
bit of a supply shock? Is that what that is essentially?
Yes, definitely. And we know that post-halving, BTC became much more complicated to mine. We know BlackRock bought everything. They are like right up there, right? We saw MicroStrategy yesterday buying another $300 million worth of Bitcoin. So
The front running Uncle Sam.
they
They're waiting
have
for
to
the
get
the
these.
official strategic Bitcoin reserve to be announced.
Yes. So that's just why, if you look at trading volume, especially if you go on-chain volume, you go, there's so many ways. Like we said, you have all these trading, but there's so many ways to look at, a certain currency as well, crypto. And sometimes it confuses people, and that's the problem. Where, I try to keep it as simple as possible. I just trade what I see in front of me.
I
Yeah.
mean, we got taught in school, keep it simple, stupid, right? I've tried to live
Yeah,
my
great.
life by that rule.
Yeah, so here we have everything else, your Bollinger Bands, your Bull Bear Power. And a lot of these are great, right? Because, I always hear people say that TradingView this, TradingView that, but TradingView only makes money from traders. So they need to give the best tools for the traders. People always criticize them.
Yeah,
It's
all
not the
based off the trading
case.
volumes on their platform. Yeah.
Yes, it's not the case. If they don't give you good products, right? You can always judge a company by what product they give for free. So your free account on TradingView is really, really good for the free product that you get. So you can only imagine how good the premium version would be, right?
Sure.
So that's why I'm a big fan of TradingView. I've never used anything else, and I will never.
So I know there's
Unless
I
you go
just want to add here. I just want to add here that Tordess actually integrate with TradingView's advanced chart. So with all the tools that
Yes,
you have on TradingView Premium, you have it on Tordess as well.
yes.
So whenever you open Tordess.com, open our chart, you can use all the tools and all the charts available on TradingView Premium on our platform.
awesome. And does it sync with your TradingView account as well?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So you're not
Yes.
going to lose any of the stuff you've saved and set up, spent all that hard work setting up all your different charts and views and everything like that, and you got to come in and start all over from scratch. So that's great. That's great. Love to see that feature. I know there's more indicators than we could go through in
Yeah,
a
so there's a
4-day
whole
long live
list, right?
stream.
But
We'll keep it basic
yeah,
today.
let's
So
stick.
to the left of indicators there, I see it looks like some candle bars and stuff. Like, what are those doing up on the top still here, Roche?
With these, so you have your line, you have your trend line that you can draw, you have your fib replacement that you can draw. Just to give you an example, it would,
Okay, so these are less settings, and
know,
these are more tools that you can draw on the chart with.
yes, these are more tools that you can draw, right? So we can, yeah. I mean, what I would advise is before we even go into these, is that we learn the basics, right? So, and with the basics, I'll start with your ask and bid price. So if you look at your order book right here, right here, I just highlighted it.
You're looking at
That's your,
the red color, correct?
yes. Okay.
Okay.
So red is green's people who are buying, red's people who are selling. Okay. So it's just literally bid and ask price. Okay. And then your current price, your spot price would be this one over here, right? That one in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
very simple.
I see the
Okay.
the
Yeah.
amounts there. So just because someone's selling at this price, if I'm buying, it's kind of a balance of they might only be selling 0.1 and I want to buy 2, so I can only get that point, whatever the amount is, at that price. Then it's going to go up to the next one. Is that why they're just they're shifting back and forth like that there?
If you buy via spot and you buy via market, that
Gotcha.
means you buy it at the medium price. So you can see here I placed on market and okay, isolated, which I will explain now. But yes, if you buy at market price, that's what you're gonna get right there. Okay, if you buy at limit price, then limit price would mean you project if you want to buy at a projected future price, which is higher or lower, right?
So you
Now,
can
a lot
set
of
your
times
bid.
we've seen this on exchanges where you put, let's say, $1,000 in Litecoin. I'm a huge fan of Litecoin, greatest technology of all time. Love Litecoin, right? Big fan. I really am. But if you look at Litecoin, let's say you buy $1,000 at $2, right? And the price goes to $2, but it only stays there a while and you only get 67% of your order filled. The other 34% or 33% would hang there. So it needs to be filled completely, right? So your order needs to be filled completely. Where in a in a market, if you buy market and spot, it's always directly filled because you are buying immediately available assets.
Fair enough. So order
Yeah,
book helps to see kind of where the market's shifting a little bit. We see if there's more, obviously, buys than sells, it's going one direction. If there's more
yes,
sells than buys, it's going to head the other direction. We kind of see that in live,
exactly.
in real time there. Okay. You mentioned isolated. Let's talk about that. That is a term that was it isolated, and what's the alternative to isolated?
So the isolator just means that it is a single trade, right? So it doesn't eat into your whole bag. Pretty much that's to explain to people in very simple terms. When you do isolated trade, that trade is singular. It's singular with the amount that you buy, right? So it doesn't eat in your bag. Cross would mean that you can open 2 or 3 or 4 trades with your big bag. Now, when
So
the market takes a downturn,
is that
it will,
primarily for only for leverage trading, or does that also apply to spot trading?
in our case, it would definitely be for spot. But yes, because we're prop firm traders, right? But normally it would only be for leverage trading. Yes, definitely, 100%.
Okay, so
Just want to
what an
show
example
something
if I
here. If you have isolated,
go
you
ahead.
have
Sorry, go ahead.
1, right? If you're on 1, that means that you're buying spot because it's
Mm-hmm.
times 1, so it stays the same. So you won't ever see me move that to 2 or 3 or 4. I don't do that, right? I'm very patient. Okay, so but like I said, I have nothing against leverage traders. There are people who are amazing. I would even say maybe I'm scared. It might be that I'm scared. I'm not a fan. Okay.
Hey, maybe someday. Maybe that'll be a new challenge down the road. So just
Yes.
to kind of clarify, maybe give an example to make sure I understand this and maybe illustrate to people watching as well. So if I put together an isolated trade, and whatever leverage on there, and that starts to go below my price and eats into that principal, at some point it could get liquidated. But if it's isolated, it's on its own. If it's not isolated, it instead could eat into the margin on another trade that's positive instead, and start and balance that out to keep this position from getting liquidated. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's
Yes.
the isolated means this trade is only affected by itself. It's not going to pull from other liquidity that you might have in another
Yes.
trade. Does that also mean, well, so how does a cross work? If you don't have any other trades open, will it automatically eat into your balance, or is it only cross with other trades that's set up?
So cross would definitely eat into your main balance, and it is a very easy way to get liquidated. And I mean, not liquidated on your trade, liquidated on your whole account.
Right.
You know how many times in the past, especially 2019, 2020, I woke up to 1,000 messages from Binance saying, your account has been liquidated. It's not fun, bro. It's not fun. I think we've all been there.
Yeah, I've had a few of those myself.
Yes.
All
So
right. So
that's why isolated is really the way to trade.
okay.
Unless things are parabolic, which happens like 2 days in a bull run before all hell breaks loose. Like, you get 2 days where coins go 2-3x, coins that you never thought would do it, and then just take your profits. You can do it and risk it all, but yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Okay. I see a common term, and the P&L. Walk us through P&L, and how does that display on a trade?
So P&L is just your current profits or loss that you've made, right? So actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let me enter a trade. Okay, that would be the easiest way to do it. Can I enter a trade for us since we're here? So we got Bitcoin here, right? So I'm just going to zoom in on our chart a bit here. Just give me a second here. Okay. You can see everything, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
You see the chart?
Yeah. Yep. You can see the chart. You're moving it around.
Yeah, let me get rid of that. Okay. So I'm gonna make it very, very easy. All right. Just gonna take the previous low on that green candle. So we're gonna enter at this price. Let's enter with 20% of our account. Okay, so 0.2 Bitcoin. Now, very important golden rule for me when I enter a trade is to, before I start a trade, put in the profit and the stop loss. Okay.
Okay, so the button you just
I'm
clicked
going to
there,
long here.
TP and SL, that's take profit and
Yes.
stop loss.
Yes. I don't trade without them. They are vital. They are vital for,
You're not pulling a Caroline
I
out
always say they're
as a
vital
stop
for
loss?
taking profits when you sleep, but they're more vital for hitting stop losses when you sleep. Okay. So I'll just go, since we're in the 4 hours, we can see it tested a few times here. So I'll make my stop loss 90,000 because it's a psychological number. It will just, so here, if I hit at this, I'll lose $472, right? And I'll make my TP 93, 250 because it's also a psychological number. And I'll make $200 profit, right? So, yeah, so that's what it is. And when we enter now, when we buy, when we long, right? There we go. And so there's my P&L. It says that I'm 29 cents in profit. So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So
Can you
it's
see?
going to track that live.
Yeah, can you see there? Is it better?
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Great.
Scroll to so the mark price. What is the mark price?
Mark price is the price that I entered the trade at.
Gotcha. And there's no liquidation price because you're not trading with any leverage.
Yeah, it's entry price is that, but mark price is the current price. So it's the same price that we see here.
Okay.
Same price we see here.
Yeah, and so no liquidation price because you're not trading with any leverage. So the difference between leverage and spot can go down.
No, they won't be liquid.
Keep going down.
Yeah, they won't be liquidation price because it's a stop loss, right?
Right.
So if you do get people, I've seen this happen, get people who put their stop loss below their liquidation price. But there are so many calculators that you can use. Honestly,
Right.
if you have an Android phone, you get Binance Futures Calculator. Like,
Is
no
there a
one should
calculator
trade if
on
they
the
haven't spent at
platform?
least 5 hours learning, or 5 hours, 5 months learning the terminologies, just the terminologies, right?
Hmm.
And then obviously it depends for people. Some people use short and long, other people use buy and sell. Some people use TPSL, some people use profit and losses, right? Or
Right.
stops and puts. It's all different for different people. I think it depends where you're from, of course. If you speak French, it's going to be different than English, right? So,
Sure.
but yeah, I think people really need to focus on the terminologies and know what they're doing. It's very, very vital.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I like about the Tordess platform is like, again, it looks very, very similar to anything else you're going to see. It's, if you're familiar with TradingView, if you're familiar with OKX or Bybit or any of like the top exchanges, like this is going to be pretty much identical to anything else that you're going to see. So what you're seeing right now on the stream is going to be what you're seeing if you're doing any trading, on any of the other platforms. So it's not something that you're going to have to learn a whole new set of tools to come on Tordess and trade. If you're familiar with trading already, you're going to feel right at home when you come on the Tordess platform. You're just going to have a lot more money to trade with.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of prop trading.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
stellar.
is.
So the liquid, I think for people that aren't familiar, and we've been talking a lot about spot trading versus leverage trading. And liquidation price and stuff like that. I think that's some terminology there that you wanted to cover in terms of, what does it mean to get liquidated? How is that different than buying spot? What are the different risks associated or the
Okay.
rewards associated with each?
So liquidation pretty much stems from leverage trading, right? So if you 5x or 10x, you are taking your amount of US dollar, USDT that you invested, and you are buying 5 or 10 times the amount of coins that you could have afforded for that price, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the same happens when you lose. You lose 5 or 10 times the amount of coins that you would have lost,
Right.
right? And the liquidation price would mean that there are not enough liquidity for your bag that you're having, for your single trade that you have, to hold the price up to a certain level. And what it means is that you are going to cost the exchange money. So they have to cut your bag and profit
Mm-hmm.
those money, right? Now, please, please, people who are listening, don't get liquidated because the exchanges make tons of money from you. Don't. That's how they make. That's why it's called. Look, you will see it. You see a candle that does this, goes down, clears liquidity, and then just right back go up, and
Right. So
it's
a lot
gone.
of those wicks
Yeah,
are. Yeah. So
yeah,
give a tangible example here. If I have $1,000 leverage and I put 10x leverage on, that allows me to trade that $1,000 as if it was $10,000. So in other words, my $1,000 instead of needing to go up by 100% to double my money, it simply needs to go up
yes,
10% and I've doubled my money. But the reverse is also true. So if that sounds too good to be true, it is, because now it only needs to
yes.
go down approximately 10% to wipe out your entire $1,000. And that's what we're talking about when you get liquidated. When it goes down a certain amount, if you add leverage to the platform here, I'm sure it'll show you, here's your potential, your probable liquidation price. You can only go down so much until that it gets eliminated. You'll lose that entire $1,000. That's the difference between spot and leverage. If you buy spot, you own that Bitcoin, however much it is. Bitcoin can go down as much as it want, and you can just hold it. You could hold it for 4 years, and then we get another cycle, and it goes back up, and you still have that Bitcoin, right? You still have whatever that token is that you buy. With leverage, if you get liquidated, it's gone. There's no, I'll just sit and wait till it comes back up. It's gone.
It's gone.
And where you can get in real trouble,
Yeah.
we're talking about, getting your whole bag liquidated. You can add more margin to it. Meaning if I have $10,000 in the sidelines, I can turn on a button where it's going to hit your liquidation price. It adds another 100 or 500 or 1,000. Well, if you hit a flash crash or the tokens are going down and you're not on there in time, that entire $10,000 you had sitting on the sidelines can get eaten up as the price continues to go down And that's where you see people, lose their entire portfolio overnight if they're, have cross trading on, or if they have their automatic, margin replenish turned on. So that's what we're talking about when we say, leverage can be extremely risky. If you do it wrong, you're not just risking the $1,000 or whatever you put up on that trade. You can risk your entire bag, your entire portfolio, whatever you have on that platform if you do things in a foolish manner. So be very careful if you're going to come on and start leverage trading. I highly recommend taking Rocher's advice. Get good at spot first. Become a spot expert before you start messing around with leverage.
Yes, I would just say, do not leverage trade. Take this bull market. If this is your first time trading, trade spot, hold, rotate. If you just like memes, buy memes. It's okay. You're gonna lose anyway. We all have to lose. That's how we win, right? And then take the next. Let's say this lasts a year. We don't know, right? No one. Honestly, this is one thing I would love to tell people. No one can predict the market. No one. No one. Not me. Not you. Not that. Not Trump. Definitely not Kamala. Right? No one can predict the market. Okay, no one. Not the guy on. We can all just speculate. That's what makes it so much fun. That's why it's so much fun for us, right? So take this bull trade, trade spot, make your bags, and then you spend a certain amount of the bag that you have left to learn how to trade to make generational wealth for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years, right?
Yeah, again, I think people need to get out of that mindset of get rich quick, get rich overnight. That's not what this game is. I know we all see things on the news of somebody who put $1,000 into a meme coin and became a multimillionaire in 2 weeks. Like does that happen? Yeah. Is it something that happens normally? No. It's like we're not talking a 1 in a million chance. It's like a 1 in 100 million chance. You have a better chance of literally winning the lottery. The vast majority of people that make wealth, that make money in crypto, they've been in it for years and years and years. And they've taken the hard knocks. They've learned the lessons the hard ways, and they learn to, grow slowly over time. And that's the real way to make it in crypto or anything. So, but don't try and take shortcuts. Leverage is not a short way to shortcut your learning curve. It's a way to shortcut your bank account to zero. So,
absolutely, man.
I think we kind of covered the majority of some of the, just the basics of what we're looking at when you land on the home screen. I know for myself, when I first started, trading on a centralized exchange, when I saw what we're looking at right now, I was like, it's discouraging how many you click on one button, you click on the fib retracement, and there's 10 different fib retracements. So we can only do so much in a day, but I think it's helpful people just to cover, okay, this is what these buttons are. These are what these terms are. This is what the purpose of this is. And over the coming weeks, we're going to continue to build upon that. We'll go into some actual strategies and talk about, okay, this is the, volume indicator. This is the you mentioned, MACD or whatever. And we can take a look at, okay, what does this tell us? How are they, what is the purpose of this number? How do people trade with it? Here's some ways that you can use this to build it into your strategy. It may not be, my strategy or Dutz or Rocher's normal strategies, but we at least want to educate you on how to use what some of these things are and how you might put them into use in the future. So we'll definitely get into some more in-depth stuff, but today we just wanted to cover what do you see on this home screen here and kind of cover some of the basics, because it can be a bit daunting when you first start trading, when you first come on. You see all these numbers flashing and scrolling across the screen. You see, mark price and P&Ls and TPSLs and isolated and cross and all this different stuff, and you're just, you're almost overwhelmed to the point where you don't want to continue on. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. I know we were going to be working on, we don't have it ready yet, but we're going to be working on kind of a little, maybe a PDF cheat sheet for you guys that covers some of the basic topics that we're talking about, some of the numbers, some of the different strategies, definitions, all that kind of stuff, a little playbook for you to start out with, kind of a 101 guide for you. So if that's something you would be interested in, comment down below. If there's enough interest, we'll start putting something like that together for you guys. Other than that, did we have anything else we needed to nail down here? We've been going for a good 40 minutes.
There might be a surprise next week. Yeah, there might be a small surprise next week on stream.
Okay.
People can log in. Make sure they're here. I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying something,
All right. So next week.
I think that can confirm, but let them be here next week and they'll see.
Come in next week. You might get a tantalizing little extra bonus from Tordess here.
Sure. We will probably put some price somewhere to make the live stream every week more exciting. But let the team decide on it first, and we'll make some announcements soon. So do follow us on Twitter, Crypto Paradise and Tordess, and hopefully see you next week.
Absolutely, guys.
Yeah.
Again, if you're interested in trading, if you like the sound of a $100,000 bankroll to trade with, go check out the Tordess platform. It is the top prop trading firm in all of crypto. Prop trading, again, for those of you not familiar, it is a very well-established industry in Web 2 and Forex, traditional trading and Forex. But it has yet to break into the crypto world. That's what Tordess is changing right now. Platform is live. V2 went live. They're constantly adding new features, and their token will be launching probably early next year. So definitely go check them out. See what you need to do to get yourself qualified as a certified trader on their platform, and you can start out as little as a $5,000 bankroll all the way up to 100K. So hit them up on social media. More coming on them. Tune in next week. We'll be covering some more TA tips and tricks, trying to help make you a better trader and navigate this crazy world we call crypto. Thanks for joining, everybody. We'll see you again next week.